In this video, I will show you how to allow only dates in next 30 days in Excel like this. So let's get started. Here in this Excel sheet, I have an expense table containing expense amount and date columns. Now I want to create a validation that will only allow dates of the next 30 days in the transaction date column. To do that, I will use the Excel today function. The today function returns the serial number of the current date. For example, this formula will return the current date on which I am recording this video. Since the dates are stored as numbers, I can get the date after 15 days by simply adding 15 to today's date using the plus sign like this. To check if the date entered by the user is in the next 30 days, I will check if the date entered by the user is greater than or equal to today's date and less than or equal to today's date plus 30 days. Since there are two conditions to check, I will use the Excel AND function to combine them. Let's create a validation rule based on this. Select all the date cells, go to the Data tab and click the Data Validation icon to open up the Data Validation dialog box. Since we are going to create a custom rule, select the custom option from the Allow drop-down menu. Let's start the formula by typing an equal sign in the formula text box. Now we need to enter our validation formula that will return either a true or false value depending upon the cell value. I will enter this formula that checks two conditions. First, the date entered by the user is greater than or equal to today's date, and second, the date must be less than or equal to today's date plus 30 days. I will use the first cell in the range, cell C3 in the formula. Excel will automatically apply this validation formula to the rest of the cells in the selected range. Click the OK button to close the dialog box. Now, when I enter any date in the next 30 days, it works fine. But if I enter any other date like this, Excel will display an error message. This value doesn't match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. I can press the retry button to edit the date or the cancel button to clear the entered value. We can also change the title and message of the error dialog box to make it clearer to users. To do that, select all the date cells again, click on the data menu and then click the data validation icon. Now click on the error alert option at the top of the dialog box. Make sure that the show error alert after invalid data is entered checkbox is selected. I will type the invalid date text as the title and the please enter a date in the next 30 days text as the error message. Click the OK button to close the dialog box. Now, when we try to enter an invalid date value in any of these cells, we will get the error dialog box with our custom title and message. To remove this validation from the date cells, select all the cells and then click the data validation icon again. Now click the clear all button to reset all the validation values we entered previously. Click the OK button to close the dialog box. Now these cells do not have any date validation restriction and we can enter any date value we want. Watch these videos for more Excel tips, tricks and how-to tutorials. If you find this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.